In the 1940s, Nazi Germany emerged as a formidable military force under Adolf Hitler, leveraging cutting-edge technology and revolutionary tactics to dominate the battlefield. This video will delve into the innovations that powered their war machine, the Messerschmitt Me 262, the world's first jet fighter, the fearsome V-2 rockets, and the Blitzkrieg strategy that struck terror into enemies. We will also uncover the secrets of the Enigma machine, the U-boat campaigns that haunted the seas, and the vital logistics sustained by vehicles like the Opel Blitz. Despite these advancements, Germany's strategic errors and boundless ambitions led to its downfall, offering powerful lessons on the limits of power and the cost of unchecked ambition. During World War II, the German military showcased an unparalleled capacity for innovation, designing and deploying some of the most advanced weaponry and technology of the era. This period of rapid development laid the groundwork for many modern military technologies. A prime example is the Messerschmitt Me 262, often referred to as the Schwal or Swallow, as the world's first operational jet-powered fighter aircraft. The Me 262 represented a significant leap in aeronautical engineering. Developed under the guidance of Dr. Willy Messerschmitt, the Me 262 made its maiden flight on July 18, 1942, piloted by Fritz Wendell. Its revolutionary jet engines allowed it to reach speeds exceeding 540 miles per hour, outpacing any Allied aircraft of the time. However, despite its potential to alter the war's outcome, the Me 262 faced numerous hurdles, including production delays and political interference. It was not until August 1944 that it was delivered to the Luftwaffe, by which point Allied bombing had already severely impacted German infrastructure and production capabilities. Another groundbreaking innovation was the V-2 rocket, officially known as the Aggregate 4, designed by Werner von Braun and his team at the Peenemünde Army Research Center. The V-2 was the world's first long-range guided ballistic missile capable of reaching targets over 200 miles away. It was a direct response to Hitler's demand for a vengeance weapon to retaliate against Allied bombings. The V-2 made its first successful test flight on October 3, 1942. With a 1-ton warhead and supersonic speeds, it was nearly impossible to intercept. The first operational use occurred on September 7, 1944, targeting Paris. Over 3,000 V-2 rockets were launched during the war, causing significant damage and loss of life. However, the program was marred by high production costs, low accuracy, and the unethical use of forced labor. Beyond these, German engineers made significant strides in radar technology with systems like the Witzbergen Mammoth radars, crucial for detecting and tracking enemy aircraft. They also advanced infrared technology, producing devices like the Zelgerit 1229 Vampire night vision scope for the Sturmgewehr 44 assault rifle, enhancing infantry effectiveness in low-light conditions. Innovations extended to guided munitions with the Fritz X guided bomb, a precision weapon used to sink the Italian battleship Roma in September 1943. This early smart bomb influenced the development of guided munitions in the post-war era. The development of German Panzer tanks began in the 1930s, driven by a desire to modernize armored warfare. Visionaries like Heinz Guderian recognized the importance of speed, mobility, and communication. Guderian advocated for integrating tanks into a combined arms approach, laying the foundation of the Blitzkrieg strategy. Early models like the Panzer II, III, and IV spearheaded invasions of Poland, France, and the Soviet Union. While not as powerful as later models, their effectiveness stemmed from superior tactics and coordination. The Panzer IV, in particular, became the workhorse of the German armored forces. Encountering the Soviet T-34 during Operation Barbarossa in 1941 prompted the development of more advanced tanks. The T-34's sloped armor, mobility, and powerful gun outclassed existing German tanks. In response, Germany developed the Tiger I and Panther tanks. The Tiger I, or Panzerkampfwagen for Tiger AUSF-E, was a heavy tank with thick armor and a powerful 88mm gun. First seen in action in 1942, it was feared for its near invincibility. Commanders like Michael Wettman became legends. with Whitman achieving significant victories that cemented the Tiger's reputation. However, issues like the excessive weight limited its mobility. To address these limitations, the Tiger II, or King Tiger, was developed, featuring even thicker armor and a more powerful gun. Though it arrived late and in limited numbers, its psychological impact was significant. The Panther tank, or Panzerkampfwagen V Panther, was designed to counter the T-34, combining sloped armor, mobility, and a powerful 75mm gun. It is considered one of the best tanks of the war. First deployed during the Battle of Kursk in 1943, it served on all major fronts. An anecdote highlighting German ingenuity involved disguising Panthers as American M10 tank destroyers during the Battle of the Bulge in 1944. This deception caused confusion among Allied forces, demonstrating the tactical flexibility of German commanders. Despite their prowess, the Panzers couldn't stem the tide of war. Production was hampered by resource shortages, Allied bombings, and overextended supply lines. Nevertheless, their design principles influenced post-war tank development globally, emphasizing a balance of firepower, armor, and mobility. The Blitzkrieg, or Lightning War, was a revolutionary military tactic that defined German operations in the early years of World War II, developed by military strategists like Heinz Guderian and Erich von Manstein. Blitzkrieg emphasized speed, surprise, and the concentrated use of mechanized forces to deliver rapid, decisive blows. Drawing lessons from World War I's stagnant trench warfare, the Blitzkrieg aimed for fluid, mobile warfare. It relied on the coordination of tanks, infantry, artillery, and air support to penetrate enemy lines and encircle forces swiftly. The invasion of Poland in September 1939 was the first true test of Blitzkrieg. German forces quickly overwhelmed Polish defenses, achieving victory in just over a month. The world watched in awe as German tanks and Stuka dive bombers demonstrated the devastating effectiveness of this new warfare style. In 1940, during the invasion of France and Low Countries, Manstein proposed the bold Sichelschnitt, referred to as sickle cut, plan, focusing the attack through the Ardennes forest, a move the French deemed impossible. German panzers crossed the Meuse River, catching Allied forces off guard. The rapid advance led to the encirclement of the British Expeditionary Force and French troops, culminating in the dramatic evacuation of Dunkirk. The Blitzkrieg success was not just due to technology but also to innovative tactics and flexible command structures. However, its limitation became apparent in the Soviet Union, where vast distances, harsh weather, and logistical challenges hindered operations. As the Allies adapted and developed countermeasures, replicating early successes became increasingly difficult. The Waffen-SS emerged as one of the most controversial military organizations of World War II. Initially established as the armed wing of the Schutzstaffel SS, it evolved into a formidable fighting force known for fierce combat prowess and unwavering loyalty of Nazi ideology. Comprising over 900,000 members by the war's end, it included volunteers from across occupied Europe. Elite divisions like the Leitstandarte SS Adolf Hitler, Das Reich Totenkopf, and the 12th SS Panzer Division Hitlerjugend were involved in key battles on both eastern and western fronts. Their rigorous training and high morale made them effective soldiers, but their legacy is marred by numerous war crimes and involvement in the Holocaust. One notorious incident was the massacre of Canadian prisoners at the Abbey of Ardennes in Normandy by the 12th SS Panzer Division in June 1944. Such atrocities overshadowed their battlefield accomplishments and contributed to the post-war condemnation of the organization. In the war's final days, the Waffen-SS fought desperately to defend the collapsing Third Reich. Their fanaticism and determination were evident in battles like the defense of Berlin. After the war, many members were tried and convicted for war crimes. The Waffen-SS was declared a criminal organization during the Nuremberg trials. The Battle of the Atlantic was a critical and fiercely contested struggle between the German Kriegsmarine and the Allied navies. Central to battle were the U-boats, stealthily submarines that threatened to cut off vital supply lines to Britain. The Type 6 U-boat was the backbone of the German submarine fleet, commanded by skilled officers like Otto Kretschmer and Gunther Prehn. These submarines wreaked havoc during the so-called First Happy Time, from July 1940 to October 1941. Operating in wolf packs, they sank millions of tons of Allied shipping, bringing Britain close to starvation. Admiral Karl Donitz, the architect of the U-boat campaign, believed that cutting Britain's supply lines was key to victory. However, the Allies developed effective countermeasures, including improved sonar, radar, and convoy tactics, technological advancements like high-frequency direction finding, HUF-DUF, and long-range aircraft equipped with depth charges turned the tide against the U-boats. In response, Germany introduced the advanced Type XXI Electroboot submarine, featuring improved underwater speed and endurance. Despite its technological superiority, it arrived too late to impact the war significantly. By the war's end, the U-boat fleet was decimated, with a staggering 75% of submarines lost. The Luftwaffe, Germany's air force, played a pivotal role in early German successes. Under the leadership of Hermann Göring, it adopted innovative tactics and fielded advanced aircraft that transformed aerial warfare. The Junkers Ju-87 Stuka dive bomber became an iconic symbol of the Luftwaffe's approach. Engineered for precision bombing, it utilized a near-vertical dive to deliver its payload accurately. Pilots like Hans-Ulrich Rudel, the most decorated Luftwaffe pilot, exemplified its effectiveness, particularly on the Eastern Front against Soviet tanks. The Stuka's psychological impact was amplified by its Jericho trumpet sirens, designed to terrorize enemy troops. This combination of physical and psychological warfare was integral to the Blitzkrieg strategy. Fighter aircraft like the Messerschmitt Bf-109 and Focke-Wulf Fw-190 ensured air superiority. Aces such as Erich Hartmann, with 352 aerial victories, and Adolf Galland became legends. Their skills contributed to the Luftwaffe's dominance in the early war years. Behind the front lines, German logistics played a crucial role in sustaining military operations. Efficient supply chains and versatile vehicles like the Opel Blitz truck were the unsung heroes of the war effort. The Opel Blitz was a light truck that served as the logistical backbone of the Wehrmacht, capable of transporting troops, ammunition, fuel, and supplies. It was indispensable across various terrains, from the Eastern Front's harsh winters to North Africa's deserts. Its reliability and adaptability earned it the nickname the workhorse of the Wehrmacht. Logistical challenges were immense, especially as the war expanded into the Soviet Union. The vast distances and poor infrastructure strained supply lines. The German army adapted by utilizing captured enemy vehicles and improvising repairs, but shortages of fuel and spare parts increasingly hampered operations. Allied bombing campaigns targeted transportation networks and industrial centers, further disrupting logistics. Despite the ingenuity and dedication of logistical personnel, the cumulative strain contributed significantly to the German military's decline. In the realm of intelligence and cryptography, the Enigma machine was a critical element of German communications. This sophisticated encryption device, with its complex system of root doors and plug boards, was believed by the Germans to be unbreakable. The Enigma encoded messages by scrambling letters based on rotor settings that changed daily. The astronomical number of possible communications, over 150 million, provided a false sense of security. However, Allied cryptanalysts were up to the challenge. Early breakthroughs came from Polish mathematicians like Marian Rejewski, who deduced the machine's wiring in the 1930s. They shared their findings with British intelligence, leading to the establishment of Bletchley Park, the UK's code breaking center. At Bletchley Park, Alan Turing and his team developed the Bombay, an electromechanical device designed to decipher Enigma encrypted messages. Their success, known as Ultra, provided invaluable intelligence on German plans and movements. The ability to read Enigma traffic had profound implications. It allowed the Allies to anticipate U-boat positions, adjust convoy routes, and gain strategic advantages in various theaters. Some historians credit Ultra with shortening the war by up to 2 years, saving countless lives. The Germans' army effectiveness was not solely due to technology, but also to exceptional leadership and rigorous training. Figures like Erwin Rommel and Heinz Guderian exemplified tactical brilliance and inspired their troops. Erwin Rommel, known as the Desert Fox, gained fame commanding the Afrika Corps in North Africa. His innovative tactics and ability to anticipate enemy moves earned him respect from both allies and adversaries. Rommel emphasized mobility and surprise, achieving significant victories despite logistical challenges. Heinz Guderian was instrumental in developing armored warfare doctrines. His book, Achtung Panzer, outlined strategies that became the foundation of Blitzkrieg. Guderian's leadership during invasions of Poland and France showcased the effectiveness of his ideas. German soldiers underwent rigorous training that emphasized discipline, physical fitness, and tactical proficiency. The Wehrmacht's NCOs and officers were encouraged to make decisions on the spot, fostering a flexible command structure. This combination of leadership and training created a formidable fighting force. However, it also led to overconfidence and a belief in the invincibility of German arms, contributing to strategic overreach. Despite early successes, the German military faced insurmountable challenges that led to its defeat. Strategic miscalculations, overextended supply lines, and the overwhelming industrial capacity of the Allies all played pivotal roles. One of the most significant errors was the invasion of the Soviet Union in 1941. Operation Barbarossa stretched German forces thin across vast territories. The harsh Russian winter, fierce Soviet resistance, and logistical nightmares crippled the offensive. Declaring war on the U.S. after Pearl Harbor brought another industrial power into the conflict. The combined production of the U.S., USSR, and Britain far outmatched Germany's. Allied factories outproduced Germany in tanks, aircraft, ships, and materials. Bombing campaigns crippled German industry, leading to acute fuel, ammunition, and manpower shortages. Advanced weapons like the Me-262 and the Type XXI U-boat came too late to change the outcome. Morale fell as defeat loomed, with the population suffering bombings and soldiers facing unwinnable battles. The German military in World War II teaches crucial lessons on the balance of technology, strategy, leadership, and ethics in warfare. It warns against over-reliance on technology without sustainable logistics and strategy, and emphasizes the need for ethical conduct shown by the atrocities of the Waffen-SS. The Allies' victory showcased the power of cooperation, adaptability, and resilience as they overcome setbacks, refine tactics, and use their industrial strengths. The German military's technological and tactical advancements during World War II had a significant impact on modern warfare, from jet aircraft and ballistic missiles to revolutionary armored tactics and encryption. However, these innovations couldn't overcome strategic errors, resource shortages, and Allied opposition. The Third Reich's defeat highlights the dangers of overreach, ideological extremism, and ignoring ethics, reflecting on this period. As philosopher George Santayana warned, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Study of this era reveals valuable lessons on technology, leadership, strategy, and morality, underscoring the importance of learning from history.